This is INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ, or Iglesianicristo.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to New Jersey Satellite Studio, where we show you the flavor of life here in the District of New Jersey.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to INCRadio New Jersey Satellite Studio, where we show you the flavor of life. And today's flavor is 2 letters. AI. Artificial intelligence. So we're going to be talking about artificial intelligence, not just what it is, but we effectively communicate with it so we can get what we want. So joining me today is our resident AI. What would you call yourself, Jeff?
Well, technically, I'm an AI product manager. I've graduated from being a data scientist, so.
Oh, nice. So AI product manager. Okay. I don't want to waste any time because we're always out of time on our show. So please tell us, we're hearing a lot of things about AI in the news, about it's wonderful, it's expanding. It can make videos, it can make pictures, it can be so many things to our lives, but what is it and how do we get those great answers that we want?
All right, I'm glad you asked, and I do have some slides on that, so away we go.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, AI's been around for a while, hasn't it?
It actually has, even since the 1960s, if you can imagine. AI does have a varied history, and all the way back to computing, from various, thinkers such as John von Neumann and some of the others. It can get really technical.
I was gonna say, I'm already lost, Jeff. I'm already lost.
Yeah. But, when we talk about AI, you've seen the movies. There's some that say good things, there's some that say wacky things, and certain stuff that'll happen.
Robots, right?
Yeah.
That's the future. We're gonna have robots to live with us.
Right?
Like the movies. That's exciting and a little frightening at the same time. And also, I don't know if AI has anything to do with those driverless cars.
It definitely does. It is a little bit of a different technology than what we're going to be talking about, because in popular culture, you hear about AI, you hear about how it is in modern terms. And what we frequently mean in modern terms is in terms of what we call generative AI, or the ability for AI to actually make stuff. And what are some of those tools?
Is that what that means? Generative means that it actually can make stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I get lost in all these terms. Okay, so what are we looking at on the screen?
Okay, what we are looking at are a lot of the popular tools that people are familiar with, and viewers and listeners near and far. I'm sure you've used at least one of these or several of them. The first that we have is ChatGPT, by far the most popular one. Okay, and then there's also Canva for our graphic designers out there.
Yeah.
Okay, and internationally, DeepSeek is the one coming from China, which at one point took over ChatGPT as the most accurate.
Is that is that a whale, or is that supposed to be some other kind of animal?
DeepSeek? I think that is a whale, and it's interesting. If you look at it, there's like a hook there too. I guess you're trying to hook that information.
Also, if you look at it the other way, it's some other kind of animal, but I was a little confused.
Right? Yeah. It kind of if you look at it one way, it looks like an elephant with come out of his trunk.
Yeah. So what are the other two on the bottom?
Okay, giving a lot of props to the one on the bottom left. which is Google Translate. And that's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
something that helped me communicate with my father-in-law when he was here for those months. If you're not
Yeah.
aware, I'm not a native Tagalog speaker, and he is. I only speak a little bit of Tagalog, and he only spoke a little bit of English. So that's one way that we were able to communicate.
It's also a great tool for when you're traveling abroad, because it also takes pictures. So it
Yep.
actually has a camera function where it will translate the text or whatever's on the photo. So yeah, I love
Oh
Google
yeah.
Translate. It's a game changer for traveling.
Right? Yeah. Super, super helpful. I have that on my home screen. And then we also have Google Gemini, which is an LLM being that's developed by Google. So another one of
What is an
leaders.
LLM?
I am
Is it
really glad.
LLM? Like is it like what does it stand for? I,
Okay,
I,
what?
I want to make some guesses. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, okay. LLM stands for Large Language Model. Large because what the model developers did is they scoured the internet, looked across so many different pages, and used that information in making those models. Language being not just English, but also various foreign languages, or what's foreign to we in the United States, and also the language of images, mathematics. Essentially any information out there can be considered a language, and a model, which is where they took all that information, crunched it, and turned it into something that is usable by people. And that's what we see in a bunch of these icons over here. Once again, ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, and in its own way, Google Translate. In Canva use the language of images, which we can also see in a whole bunch of other tools. So
Okay,
yeah,
awesome. All
that's
right.
what those are. So what a large language model is, yes, imagine that. Imagine your favorite fifth or sixth grader, your voracious info-seeking person that just loves information and just went rampant all over the internet looking at whatever information they could find. And there are so much information. There is so much information on the internet. You can only imagine what's out there. And that's also something that we'll be talking about a little bit further in terms of what it can do, and how to make sure that you know what you're getting is right. So
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. So
You
imagine,
always
Leia,
want
that
the
you're
right
asking your
answer.
favorite. Sorry. Say that again.
I was like, we always want the right answer. Or the answer that we want.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes it's not the same answer.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not. Okay. So we have these tools, and a lot of them are based on large language models, or LLMs. What can you do with it? If you've used any of them, if you used any of them, you also might not even know what else it's capable of. For example, ChatGPT can also have images. Same thing with Gemini. So what can AI do? You can talk to it, you can get information from it, you can use it to summarize, you can do all kinds of interesting text things with it. But that's not the only thing. As we mentioned with language, there's the language of images. So Gen AI can be used to generate images or even tweak images. And then if you tweak images, you can also make movies from it or videos from it. I'm sure we've seen a bunch of this, see how those have progressed over time. And then it can also be used for coding. One of the very popular aspects or popular things that you could do with Gen AI is called vibe coding, where it used to be you'd have to study a programming language like Java, like C++, like Python for years, or kind of just have your head in the books. But now you can tell an LLM, okay, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make an app that makes people smile and makes you click on it and stuff like that. And you can pop that into you can prompt that into some of these LLMs, and it will generate code that you can actually take, put right in and run. And you might need to tweak a couple things here and there, but it'll work.
I think it's funny you didn't mention HTML. I guess they don't do that anymore.
I think they can actually. I
No,
haven't
no,
tried it
I'm
myself
sure.
personally, but
No,
yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, this is the game changer for our programmers in the world, right? Now they don't need as many programmers because they have this LLM that generates the code. Okay. It's
Yep.
exciting, but it's bittersweet, I guess, depending on who you are.
Yep. Yeah, it's exciting, and I would say there's an asterisk there.
Depends.
Yeah, it really depends. Okay.
Right.
All right. So how do you interact with these? You do so via a prompt or what's called a prompt. And what is a prompt? A prompt is the input that you give AI. You can make it a question, instructions, an example, other kinds of context. It's essentially an instruction. It's the way that you talk to these LLMs. It's the way that you talk to Gen AI. Now, one thing that I do want to mention is how it differs between search. Now, there are some Gen AI search engines. I know Perplexity has one, but previously, and it's become an eponym. Google. I'm looking for information. I'm not just searching it. I'm Googling it. And previously, what I would do is, I would type in not in full sentences, but like, for example, best bagels New Jersey or best bagels near me. Honestly, I use that all the time. Best food near me, open now. It's not a full sentence, but
And
it
that's
gets me
that's
what
what
I'm
you
looking
that's
for.
what you would type into a Google search bar.
Hmm.
That's the thing that we see on the left.
Yep. Now, what we see on the right is what's referred to as the context window, which is where you put in the prompt. In this case, it is for ChatGPT, where, yeah, you can put keywords in just like you do with Google, and you can have varying results. And we'll see that shortly.
Okay.
But you can also ask it in natural language, full sentences, questions.
I
You can
I
even put
actually see
other,
a microphone, so you can actually talk into your microphone, and then it will capture what you're saying.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, it
Wow.
can.
Okay.
And then it may even respond to you.
Oof. Is it gonna?
Okay,
It can talk back, right? If you program it, if you have a setting for that, it can also talk back to you. That's
right?
mine. Only
And
mine only types back to me. That's all it gets. If it starts talking to me, I think that's a little strange for me. I guess I have to get there to be ready for it.
yep. And actually,
Okay.
let's take a quick look. So,
Wait, before you go,
yeah.
how do
Hmm.
we get to this screen? So this is on a browser, but you can also do this on your phone, right?
Hmm.
If you just open Chrome, Edge, Safari, whatever your browser is. Um, and so you just type in chatgpt.com and then
Hmm.
follow the prompts. Okay. Just
Yep.
want to,
And
for
yep,
those who've never used it before, this is what it looks like.
yep, and we're not sponsoring. It just happens to be the synonymous, most popular tool, and it's also really good for illustration too. So this is what it looks like. There are apps available. Once again, we're not sponsoring, but it is
Mhm.
something very helpful, and you can't get around it without,
And it's
yeah,
free. It was the
and it
first
is
free
free.
one. It's free, free for five, free for five. I think 5 questions or 6 questions, and then you have to wait till the next day till your free
Yeah,
resets again. Otherwise, you have to pay for the subscription.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and there are various levels too.
Yeah. Let's get
Okay,
started.
yeah. And yeah, let's actually take a look now. Now, once again, normally in Google, what we would type in is best bagels New Jersey. All right, let's give that a shot. And once again, not a full sentence, just keywords, just things that we're looking for. And this is what it looks like.
So exciting. Oh,
Yeah,
it's wow. And
yeah. And the cool part is the top one is pretty close to me.
so it knows, so it might know where you are because you're using your laptop. It has like a location, maybe.
It could be. It could be. Yeah.
Yeah, this stuff is so smart. It's really scary. It's like it really is like a movie. Like we're living in the future.
Right. Yeah.
So
Like.
so I
Yeah.
noticed
Mhm.
next to each name there's actually a little gray boxes. Is
Yep.
that the source of the So how do you? So how? Okay. So these are the answers, and this looks
Mhm.
different actually from if you just Google it.
Right, 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 right. We would, and and that's actually one of the big things I would like to point out is, with Google, it'll point to you to the individual places and it'll give you links for them. Here, it gives you this ranked list, and it also gives you the source too. So it's kind of like what Google would do. And this is a recent development. Before, it wouldn't have the source there. So
Hmm.
yeah, this is a good way to vet the information that you're getting or
And
find
I,
out where it's coming from.
and I do like that they actually describe the place.
Hmm.
Like what is it known for? And I'm assuming this is something that ChatGPT actually took a look at a lot of comments or whatever the reviews were, and then put this together as a common comment, I guess.
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
Do you agree
Either
with
that or
that?
it looks at some of these other ones, like for example, this source is from a radio station. This is from a blog, a food blog. So, and if
Mm,
you it gets it from all different kinds of places. One of the big sources of information that ChatGPT pulled from is Reddit.
really?
Yeah.
I thought Reddit was very underground, but I guess it's not anymore. It's mainstream.
Yeah, no, it's up there and it actually generates a lot of the information.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
This is exciting. So this is just a simple search,
Yes.
but we can make it better, right? Because AI is supposed to be super super smart, right? You
Yeah.
don't even need a professor anymore. You just need your chat GPT or your, what do you call it? What is the right term? Your AI
Hmm.
buddy? Like what do you
I guess so. Yeah, you're
It's like some people replace other services with chat with their AI. So
yeah.
how do we get to that level where we can where we can make it an expert? I know I've heard these things like, and it's very strange to me. Like I've heard, pretend you're ex expert, and let's say, I guess for our purposes, who makes bagels? Is that a pastry chef, or is that a
Hmm.
baker? Like
Good
you're
question.
you're the expert for bagels. What if I say I prefer, like, my favorite foods are, I don't know, like something ketchup or sour or something. What is the best bagel for me? For my, is that like how you talk to it, so that it gives you exactly, and then also I live here, so please send me the list of all the whatever's closest. Is that
Yeah.
is that reasonable? Like, can you ask it that like that?
You actually are supposed to ask it like that because
Really?
yeah, once again, there's the basic prompt or the basic search using keywords. That's one. Not in a full sentence. You can ask it in a full sentence. As a matter of fact, before we get there, let's try that out. Let's see what happens if we ask it in a full sentence. Now I open up a new context window just so that hopefully it doesn't pull anything from there.
Okay.
And we ask, what are the best bagels in New Jersey?
I was gonna say, can we get the best bagels for Filipinos? Like, what is the best bagels? Oh, this one looks different.
Yeah.
Why does it look different? It's different from the first one.
And it's different from the first one, I believe, because it's trying to find different ways of presenting it. Sometimes it's a longer text.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And this is how it learns from you to find out which responses you like better. Um, yeah. So it's funny because when I tested this out, it only gave me one, but
Now we have
this,
two
yeah,
columns. Yeah, that's
yeah,
interesting. So this is
yeah.
this is okay. You didn't break. We didn't break. Okay.
No, no, I don't think.
And
Yeah,
then
I
you
don't
get
think
to
so.
pick, I prefer this response. So now you even have options as to how you want the information presented to you.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, it really is, and that's where it's at that next level above of basic search that like what Google or what Yahoo used to do back in the day.
Okay.
So how do we get there? Oh, and also going back to at times when you do open up ChatGPT, it will ask you what persona it would like. Would you like a more informative persona? Would you like a more lively and friendly persona? Would you like a more authoritative persona? And you can even word that in your prompt. So
What's
yeah,
a
Leah, as you
persona?
mentioned,
It's like
yeah. Mhm.
pretend you're, or you tell it that, how do you give it a persona? How do you assign it? What do you say?
Oh, yeah, ask. And you can ask in just natural language. So, um, starting from the basic prompt that we saw, basic questions, the way to get better results, because, the better the prompt, the better the information is, the more tailored it would be to you, is using this methodology where you have the basic, better, and then best. The way to do it is, first of all, context. Who are you? What are you looking for? As you mentioned, maybe I'm a Filipino, or I'm somebody from Europe that hasn't had a bagel before in my life, or, something that you're looking for. So you are the audience. When you're presenting something in general, you want to tailor it towards your audience. So you let the LLM know that you are the audience and what you are looking for in particular. And in terms of persona, you can let the AI know what persona it should take. Should it be as a newbie? Should it be as somebody authoritative? Should it be someone more informal? Or you can say, okay, we want to be more fun and playful. And then comes the assignment. What do you really want it to do? In this case, in this example, we wanted to look for bagels. What are the best bagels? That's what you'd be asking, and that's what you would classically put into the search bar. And then the tone and format. How do you want it to come out? Do you want it to come out in full text? Do you want it to come out in a conversation? You want bullet points? Do you want a picture? How what form do you want the output to come in? And examples. You can also give it an example of how you want its output to be. If you want it in a paragraph, you can take a paragraph from your favorite food blog, or a quote from your favorite vlogger, or even like an expert. Pop it into there and tell the LLM, this is how I want the results to look like. And just like anyone, you're asking, like, oh, what are you looking for? Oh, you have an example? Okay, I can help. I can further tailor it to your needs. And then finally, success criteria. It lets the model know, hey, I can check off all these boxes. They wanted bullet points. Check. They wanted the top 10 list. Check. They wanted some images. Check. They want it only in 100 words or less. Check. It lets the model know how it can successfully give you what you're looking for.
Okay, so while you were explaining to us all that, I did take your advice. So I opened up, and I'm sorry I can't share my screen like you're sharing your screen. So I did, because I've never done this before. I've never given it a persona. So I told ChatGPT, you are a bagel expert. I am Filipino and I'm craving sinigang. What
Ooh.
kind of bagel would satisfy my craving? So ChatGPT says, as a bagel expert with deep respect for Filipino flavor logic, here's the honest answer. You're craving sinigang, which means your body wants sour, savory, umami, and comforting broth energy. No bagel will replace sinigang, but the right bagel can emotionally satisfy the craving in a clever way. So it gave me a lot of information. It's like scrolled up a lot, but it says the best bagel match for a sinigang craving is a salt bagel. Salt
Oh,
bagel
interesting.
mirrors savory broth, and then how to dress it. This is the part that goes in the middle. How to dress it: cream cheese and calamansi or lemon zest. You can add pickled onions
Wow.
or pickled radish, which I've never thought of doing because I don't really eat bagels. And then you can also optional hit I don't know, I do this smoked fish or tofu for umami. No, I'm okay. I don't want to put fish in my bagel.
Wow.
But yeah, so and then it has runner up. So this is amazing. And then
Yeah.
at the end, it even to continue the conversation says, what kind of sinigang do you want? Do you want pork, shrimp, beef sinigang, spicy, or classic? It is. This is, and it's a very, and then at the end, it says expert verdict. If sinigang is calling your name, but a pot isn't happening, salt bagel plus citrus plus pickled elements equals emotional sinigangs. Oh, look,
Wow.
you're having your own bagel adventure. So what, show us. What
Yeah.
is it?
So yes, as you noticed, instead of just putting in a bare prompt or just one question, I gave it a persona or a role. So you are a bagel expert, or with a long history of award-winning bagels, and everyone loves what you bake. You're a bagel expert. So the model will take on that persona of bagel expert.
Mm.
And me, I gave the context where I'm looking for the best bagels in New Jersey, and not just in New Jersey, but since I live in northern New Jersey, I asked for northern New Jersey, and I let it know that I haven't had a bagel before in my life and excited. So
Ooh,
please give me a ranked list. And yeah,
I love that. It said you're about to embark on a bagel adventure.
all right. We hope our viewers and listeners can join us on this bagel adventure. Sounds really exciting.
All right. Look, this is amazing.
Yeah, so absolutely. You're about to embark on a bagel adventure right here in northern New Jersey. Since you've never had one before, I, meaning the model, am going to guide you to the best bagel shops near you, especially. And yeah, I think this is where the geolocation comes in because it says, especially around Dumont, North Jersey, which actually is where I'm from. So you can taste classic, chewy, beautiful bagels with all the toppings and spreads. Most of these bagels make their bagels fresh daily, boiled and baked, giving you that iconic crisp outside and chewy inside that New Jersey bagels are known for. And before we go to the examples, if you've never had a bagel before, a fresh bagel, you are in for a treat. You got to wake up early to go get them, but get a nice fresh bagel. The outside's perfectly crispy. They're piping hot. They're steaming when you rip them open. Oh, they're so good. Yeah. And it did generate a list, and it generated the ones nearby, and it tells you why. Yeah, this
They're all
place consistently
close.
tops best bagels. Yeah, and there's a ranking and a rating.
That's great. Okay.
Yeah.
We're out of time. As always. We're hungry and we're out of time. So we actually need to move on to our next segment.
Okay.
Actually, Jeff, we only have time for your shout outs because we are out of time. So
Oh,
do you have any shout outs?
I definitely would like to give my mother-in-law a shout out. So shout out to uh, Belen Lucas over in Norsagaray. It was her birthday recently, and yeah, there are a whole bunch of other birthdays going on too. Also, notably, our very own Karen Jackson. So
Yes.
happy birthday
Happy
to all y'all out there.
and happy birthday to you as well, Jeff. You
Oh,
celebrated your birthday too.
thanks.
Yeah. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, everyone. And happy anniversary, everyone, whoever celebrated their anniversary. I think we just have time for one more segment, Jeff, and that's the audience spotlight.
And now for our audience spotlight. As our honorable mention, we have Amazing Aston. Congratulations, Aston. In third place, we have my home locale of Bergen. Congratulations, Bergen. We are in third place. In second place, we have the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Congratulations, Philadelphia. And in first place, we have Winslow. Congratulations, the winners in Winslow. You are our winner of the audience spotlight.
Oh, I hate to end the show, Jeff. I think we're going to have to do part two.
We definitely do need to. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do part two, and when we do part two, we're gonna talk about other things besides bagels as our test as our test subjects. I mean, we could come up with how to finance, buying a house, paying for college, paying off debt, a fitness routine, or all these other things. It can plan your trip, your family trip on a budget. You can give it all the numbers that you want. So we definitely have to do a part two for this. But that is it for today's show. Thank you to everyone who tuned in today. I know we had a lot of things, and we hope you were able to also see the presentation. And if you were just listening, please go on YouTube and see the visuals that were prepared. It's really exciting to see ChatGPT writing back to you. So that's I think the most exciting part. It's like, oh, what is it going to say? So
Yeah.
please watch the replay and see the visuals that were prepared for the show. All right. And if you found value in today's discussion, please like and subscribe for more content like this. And if you think this episode would help someone, please share the link. And if there's a topic you'd like to hear about or join us on the show, just reach out and let us know. So before we go, we'd like to thank, first of all, Jeff, our resident AI product manager, for sharing his knowledge with us. But we also like to thank our church administration for their continuous support to INC Radio and allowing us to have this show where we can stay connected and learn together. We want to acknowledge our District Supervising Minister, Brother Alan P. Fernandez, our Assistant District Supervising Minister, Brother Ruben Bustos Jr., and our Christian Family Organization Overseer, Brother Royal Malin, and our District Multimedia Advisor, Brother James Malabanan. But we especially thank our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo Manalo, and our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Manalo. We'd also like to thank our INC radio station manager, Brother Wally Tarai, and our techs there in the main studio. And before we say goodbye, we again thank all of our viewers for taking the time to watch this episode. We'll see you on the next episode of INC Radio New Jersey. All right, take care, everyone. Happy chatting. Is that the right word, Jeff? Chatting? You chat with your AI?
Chat with it all the time.
Bye, everybody.